Hey guys, welcome to Consume the Goodness. My name is Kendra. I'm a certified lifestyle weight management coach, and this channel combines healthy lifestyle with God's word. And today I want to talk about rest. Resting is super important. Rest, sleep, both of those things. Rest days, if we're talking about workouts. While we are resting, things are happening that we don't see. Repair, recovering, healing, re-energizing in all areas too, in our muscles, our minds, our bones, our immune system, nervous system, brains, injuries. Let's see, blood pressure lowering, helping with cortisol, like our stress hormones, helping with all hormones actually, like on and on and on. So much is happening, so much good is happening when we rest. If we don't rest, stress and all kinds of things are going to build up. Then we find ourselves with frequent headaches. Our bodies can't digest food properly, bad mood, increased blood pressure, even anxiety and depression. Let's see, it's hard to focus, like it's hard to think straight. Low energy, getting sick, like the list goes on of negative side effects of not resting. And you know what? It's kind of the same in our lives with Jesus. Resting in Jesus is restorative and healing and energizing and all those things that I listed a minute ago. And just like when we don't allow our bodies to rest, everything can start to feel really overwhelming in a bad way. And it actually can be damaging. It doesn't have to be that way though. So just like we should rest our bodies, we should also rest in Christ. All the things that get us to the point of really needing rest in the first place, hand all of that stuff off to God. He will take care of things and give you the rest that you need. And the stuff that he's doing, it might be unseen for a while, just like with our bodies. Like when we're asleep, we don't see our muscles being repaired. We don't see all of the restoration and recycling and everything that goes on inside of our bodies. When we give our bodies the rest that they need, we don't see that stuff, but it is happening, and we feel it when we do finally allow ourselves to rest. When we get a good night's sleep, we wake up feeling more refreshed and more energized. We're ready to go for the day. Or when we're sick, we need to sleep. While we're sleeping and resting, our bodies are healing. Our immune system is being built up. Like all these things are happening when we rest. We don't see it, but it is happening. This is the same thing in our lives with Jesus. We don't see what he's doing when we say, oh, all these things are like stressing me out. All these things are tough, whatever, and then we just hand it up to him and allow ourselves to rest. He gives us the rest and the comfort and the ease that we need and everything. We don't see what he's doing with it. We don't see what he's doing with what we just handed off to him, but he is taking care of things. Things are being restored and healing and building strength and all these different things that happen when we rest. So definitely a connection there with healthy lifestyle and our lives with Jesus when it comes to rest. Another connection, I should say, because there are so many of them, which is why I'm able to have an entire channel with it, about it, on it. Yeah. Ooh, and you know what? Let's work for the rest too. Like, let's earn those rest days and rest moments. So whatever we're doing, whether it's whatever our job is at work or as a mom or a dad or whatever you're doing around your house and everything you do in your workouts, let's really try to be mindful. Let's try to remind ourselves each day that yes, I need rest, but I also need to work hard. And gosh, that's gonna allow us to really appreciate the time that we do get to rest. I think that it feels good. Like, it feels good. I worked really hard and now I'm going to just take some time to rest. Now I'm going to go to bed early and get a good night's sleep. Now I'm going to take 30 minutes. Now I'm going to have an entire day of just not really doing much of anything. Because for, however many other days of the week, I have really put full effort into being a mom, into being a business owner, or whatever your job is. I've really put a lot of effort into whatever it might be. If you're a doctor, if you're an office assistant, if you're anything, whatever it is, put your best effort into it. And all that we do, let's not just do the bare minimum. Let's not just do just what we have to do to get by and then call it a day. Let's do our best and really earn the rest time. Like my little setup, I did this right here, like a pillow You know, that's like resting and relaxing. I actually kind of feel like I want to go to sleep now. And the ow! And the fireplace, the fake, the fireplace, that seems like it represents, resting. And the candle is nice and relaxing. That was my goal, to try to set the tone. Okay. Also, I know that it is the end of the month, or pretty much the end of October, but I did still want to at least acknowledge that October is Dysautonomia Awareness Month. And so, of course, I want to bring that up. I am actually a little bit disappointed in myself for not mentioning this at the beginning of October and just throughout the month. It's been one of those things, pops in your head like, oh yeah, I need to do that. Oh yeah, I want to do that. Oh yeah, I want to do that. And then it just doesn't happen. It's kind of one of those things. And I was even thinking today, like, maybe I shouldn't put that in there because it's like we only have like a week left of the month. So it seems kind of pointless now, but honestly, it's not. It's not pointless. I still want to bring it up. I still want to acknowledge it. Living with anything under the dysautonomia tree or umbrella or however you want to look at it, these things are not easy things to live with. And I think this really, it really goes for any type of chronic illness or, really tough spot or medical issue that anybody is dealing with. But just for the sake of the month and representing that, I'm just going to talk about dysautonomia. It's really difficult. I would say most people, I've read like forums and blogs and all kinds of things, and most people are on the same page, at least as far as what we've experienced. Like, we're really, really good at faking looking normal. Like, we're fine and talking normal, and nobody would even guess. People would think, oh my gosh, I would never even think that there was ever even anything wrong with you. Probably the people who are closest to you, they know. They can tell when you're pretending like you're not dizzy, or when you're pretending like you feel fine. You're not nauseous. Your skin isn't doing something weird. Your body temperature is just trying to act like, oh no, everything's fine. I would say the people closest to you, they probably can tell anyway. But you get really good at that, or you can get to a point of being really good at faking it because you just, I don't know, maybe you don't want to worry people, alarm people. That's usually my biggest thing. Or it's embarrassing. That was another big thing with me. Or you don't like that type of attention, sympathy, or like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Is everything? I don't like having that type of attention because I don't want people to feel bad for me or feel sorry for me. So that's another big reason why pretending. But reading other things, a lot of other people with these medical issues, a lot of the same type of stuff. So there's just a lot to it. Dysautonomia, a lot of people don't even know what it is. Sometimes if you name some of the things that are part of dysautonomia, like POTS, a lot of people know what that is. They're like, okay, I know what that is. Like, I've heard of that before. But the other stuff like inappropriate sinus tachycardia, neurocardiogenic syncope, a lot of people haven't heard of those things. So saying dysautonomia, most people don't know that. But a good way to explain it, and another thing I've seen a lot of people do, and something I've done, is just to say like, my autonomic nervous system doesn't work like it's supposed to. So the things that our bodies we cannot control, that's the stuff that's jacked up. Our heart rate, our body temperature, sweat, like all these different things that our bodies, we don't have control over it. Those are the things that are affected. All these different areas, how our body digests food, lots of stuff. So it can be very limiting. I will say from experience, just speaking for myself, my medical complications have gotten so bad that I wondered how much longer I would live. And that's multiple times throughout the years. I was diagnosed when I was 13. I started having the issues and passing out and everything when I was 13, and I am now 35, be 36 in a couple months. So throughout that time, off and on in those years, my medical complications have gotten so bad that I wondered, how much longer am I going to live? It really felt like it wasn't going to be very long. And then I've also had moments where it wasn't so bad, where it's like, okay, this is manageable. And then just really learning to work around it, to live around it, eat a certain way, avoid certain, to your best ability, or to my best ability, avoid certain situations. Really pay attention and try not to fight through things because I don't want to feel weak. So not being like, no, I'm fine, I can do it, I'm fine, I'm okay, until I end up passing out and hurting myself, or just, even if I don't hurt myself, passing out, like not pushing myself, so far, and being around people who know what to do if I do happen to pass out, those types of things. So getting to that point. But I will say, for anybody, whether it's dysautonomia related or not, anyone out there who has any type of really serious medical complication or something that's very limiting or anything along those lines, my encouragement to you is to still find ways to enjoy life and to laugh, and even laugh about your medical stuff. Like, I have done that so many times and it really helps. I've done both. I have been very, very depressed about my medical stuff, especially like starting in high school is when it really got bad, like not being able to do a lot of things with my friends, not going to like homecoming or prom, not that those are super important things, but I really wanted to go. The worst, I would say, was not being able to play basketball anymore. So I went through phases of being super depressed, but the older I got and the more I realized, okay, this is what I like. The being depressed and bummed out about every little thing that I cannot do, it really isn't helping my life at all. It's not making my medical stuff better. It's not making me better. It's not making the people around me better. So I changed that, and I encourage you guys to do the same. To say, okay, I do have some limits, and that's okay. I have some limitations, and that's fine. I know what they are. I know how to live around them. I can still live my life in my own way, the way that I'm able to do it without injuring myself or, having people freak out all the time. And I can laugh about my medical complications if I need to. And there is even good that comes from it. You grow a lot, you learn a lot, you can be inspiring and encouraging to people around you who are going through things. If you have kids, they can learn from that. They can learn empathy and sympathy and helping, being a helper. They pick up on all of those things. My husband is all of those things, and they pick up on it. And now they recognize things. If I'm holding on to a wall or not doing very well, they recognize and they ask me if I'm okay. They put their arm around me and try to help me. Yeah. So I don't know where I was even going with all that stuff. I was just like blabbing away. I apologize. But I did at least want to acknowledge that October is Dysautonomia Awareness Month. Comfy? Well, I guess that's it. I will show the workouts that I did since last week. I think I only have 1 or 2 workouts left for the month of October, which is like just enough time. I will say that the little trial thing that I am doing, doing a lot less workouts, having more rest time, more rest days, it truly is helping, because we've had I've had some pretty rough days this past week, and normally when that happens, the scale goes up. Like I gain, I don't know, like 2 to 5 pounds because of my cortisol levels going up and what that does inside of my body. That's not happening this time around, so I think I will probably stick with just doing a smaller amount of workouts each month and allowing my body to get the rest that it needs to repair and recover and all of those things, and how much it helps with stress and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I feel like I've talked too long again. I feel like that every time I just blab away. I apologize. I hope you guys aren't like super bored, like, oh my gosh, is this video over yet? Okay. I love you guys. God bless, and I hope to have you back for the next one. My goodness.